Hello, today I will read Exodus chapter 17. In chapter 16, we saw that even the Israelites were grumbling and were quarreling against Moses, and they were not okay with that God tested them, and even if even if they saw all the miracles before, and in chapter 14 at the end, the people feared the Lord and put their trust in Him and in Moses, His servant. But now, when they face again some tests and some little tests, they are not very okay. And even if God helped them, gave them manna and quail every day and every night, and now even now they will face again some little tests, and what will they do? Even if God was with them, they saw the pillar of fire and clouds in middle of the group. It's a big group, almost maybe more than 1 million of people together, and I don't know. Now let's continue. The whole Israelite community set out from the desert of Sin, traveling from place to place as the Lord commanded. But that thing is good, because they listened to the God. They camped at Rephidim, but there was no water for the people to drink. So they quarreled with Moses and said, "Give us water to drink." Moses replied, "Why do you quarrel with me? Why do you put the Lord to the test?" I see that God is testing them, but Moses said, is looking like the people are testing God. Why do you test God's patience? God patience. Yeah. But the people were thirsty for water there, and they grumbled against Moses. They said, "Why did you bring us up out of Egypt to make us and our children and livestock die of thirst?" It's not a good attitude. I mean, God was with them. God made so many miracles in front of them, and they didn't know Him as their own God, their own personal God. Or how can I say? They didn't have a relationship with God, or to even have the heart into the God. Then Moses cried out to the Lord, "What am I do with these people? They are almost ready to stone me." If you are a leader, be ready for this too. The Lord answered Moses, or if you want to be a leader, "Walk on ahead of the people. Take with you some of the elders of Israel, and take in your hand the staff with which you struck the Nile. and go. I will stand there before you by the rock at Horeb. Strike the rock and water will come out of it for the people to drink. So Moses did this in the sight of the elders of Israel. Wow. And they saw that God was with Moses again and again and again. And he called the place Massah and Meribah. Even if they had another test with water, the water was bitter, and Moses threw into the water a piece of wood, and it became sweet suddenly. I don't know how much it took the time, but it was a miracle. And now they are tested with the water too, and and he called the place Massah and Meribah, because the Israelites quarreled and because they tested the Lord, saying, "Is the Lord among us or not?" Here we must remember that what Moses did and what God told to Moses to do: strike the rock and water will come out of it for the people to drink. And another thing is in your life, haven't you ever asked God this question, or asked yourself when your life is not like what it should be, and if you try some things and maybe you don't get what you were fighting for, and maybe sometimes you are asking yourself, is the Lord among us or not? Let's remember something here, that is God with me or not? And if he is with me, why am I facing those things? And you must not be a child. You must not be have a childish mind, but you must see the value from what God did here too. The thing that God is testing you, it's a very valuable thing, very precious thing. Why? Because God wants to more than, if you are with God, everything will be fine, and your life will, you will come from success to success, and you're just staying on the couch. No. But you from success to success by fighting. That's God wants to form your character, to that is a reason of your life, more than to have everything you want, to be good. Is more important. Who are you? More important than and who you will become. And that's God wants to the people, to form them and to make them like who like him. God wants to make us like him, to be like him. And for that it needs this life to grow, to form our characters. But yeah, we form ourselves by choosing, but still the test is not always in your hands to choose what kind of test you want, this or this, and you choose this, not what of course what the answer you want uh, to write, but what kind of test, what kind of question. You cannot escape from this test as long as you're alive, as long as you're on this earth and on this life, because yeah, maybe sometimes you can choose even your questions, but you must answer. And you are answering by your life. Let's continue. The Amalekites came and attacked the Israelites at Rephidim. Whoa. Who were those Amalekites? They were like thieves. They wanted to kill the Israelites and to rob them. Maybe they heard that they were slaves in Egypt and they escaped somehow. And now they wanted to kill them and to maybe to get something, everything they had. Yeah. Moses said to Joshua, "Choose some of our men and go out to fight the Amalekites. Tomorrow I will stand on top of the hill with the staff of God in my hands." So Joshua fought the Amalekites as Moses has ordered. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went to the top of the hill. Who was this Hur? I don't know, but who was Joshua? We don't know yet either. And he was like a general from here, from the beginning. I mean, from this chapter we see that he was the captain. As long as Moses held up his hands, the Israelites were winning. But whenever he lowered his hands, the Amalekites were winning. When Moses' hands grew tired, when you stay like this, I'm not very used to that, and if you stay longer, your hands will be like this. So Moses, yeah. When Moses' hands grew tired, they took a stone and pat it under him, and he sat on it. They who? Moses, Aaron, and Hur went to the top of the hill. So Aaron and Hur held his hands up, one on one side, one on the other, so that his hands remained steady till sunset. So Joshua overcame the Amalekite army with the sword. Yeah, Joshua with the sword. But the prayer behind him, that thing that Moses held the staff, and Now we see what it means to be, we see more and more what it means to be a leader. You can face things like, they are almost ready to stone me. You can face things, and now you must sacrifice yourself for your people. That is a leader. A leader is not a boss. A leader is a servant to all of them, to all of his people behind under him. You must understand that. We see here that Moses had Aaron and Hur who supported him. It's a very good thing to have people that, if you are a leader, to have people that support you in everything you do. Not in every, support is not just to agree with everything you say, but they are there for you. But it was, at Moses was not that the case, because Moses was listening to the God, was listening. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Write this on a scroll as something to be remembered, and make sure that Joshua hears it, because I will completely blot out the memory of Amalek from under heaven." Now we see the difference. God was testing the people of Israel, but he didn't want to kill them. He even escaped them from Egyptians and from the sea and from so many things. And why did they not have any trust in God? Why did they have that attitude that they see like maybe they don't have the courage? They didn't have the courage to say directly to the Lord, but to Moses. Why do you want to kill us? Why do you want to... Wasn't it better in Egypt? We didn't say that didn't we say to stay here, to stay there, but you didn't want. So many things that it hurts. It hurt the heart of the God and of Moses too. Moses built an altar and called it, "The Lord is my banner." He said, "For hands were lifted up to the throne of the Lord." Some movements of Christians, they are holding their arms, their hands up, and when they pray, they are praying when they are singing. I'm not very used with that, but it's not a bad thing. It is not a sin. The Lord will be... for hands were lifted up to the throne of the Lord. The Lord will be at war against the Amalekites from generation to generation. So, who are those Amalekites? I don't know, but these those phrases, these phrases are maybe are like a prophecy. The Lord will be at war against the Amalekites from generation to generation. The Amalekites, the people who want to kill, to destroy the Christians people, the Christians. Yeah, before they were the Jewish people, but to destroy and to be the people who are against God, God's servants. And the Lord will be at war against the Amalekites from generation to generation. Amalekites, I don't know if they are still alive, they still exist, because in the verse 14, because I will completely blot out the memory of Amalek from under heaven. And now we see that, we see here that something else. The Lord will be at war against the Amalekites from generation to generation. Those phrases are like one against each other. Who is telling the truth? Maybe both. Maybe the Amalekites from as a genetic, they died. But the Amalekites as the dark side, the darkest side of Amalekites, what they did and what they were, who they were following. That darkness inside them maybe still exists in some of the people from this earth. And the Lord will be at war against the Amalekites from generation to generation. Those people who are against Christians, who are against religion, and they want to rob, to rob us, to kill us, to destroy us, me as a Christian, I'm telling. Okay, that was the chapter. We learned some stuff here. We saw that even if God was like a father to the Israelites, and they tested them, at the same time, from when they faced the dangers from outside, God was with them and nothing bad happened, and they were winning. Not just nothing bad happened, they won. And to win a war, it's not, you can feel a bit of happiness. You can feel more updated, more stronger. It can encourages you, and make you stand right and stand yeah. Okay, we will see next chapter what will happen next. God bless you all. May the God bless me, protect me, and elect me in the next chapter too. And if He wants, you will see me there too. God bless you all, and goodbye.